Hey everybody, this is Lorelia coming to you with a video today. So if you don't know, today is Small Biz Saturday. And so, businesses all over the US are, trying to, um, make money. They're trying to get into the black. And so that's why today I wanted to talk about the title, What is Unsecured Business Credit? And the reason why I wanted to do the video on this topic is because the last video that I did, I talked about why vendor credit is not necessary to build, um, why vendor trade lines is not necessary to build business credit. And so a lot of people had reached out to me along with asking me questions about, well, Lorelia, what do you mean? What do you mean by, you don't need vendor trade lines to build business credit? And although it's very popular on the internet, everyone and their mama who is doing business credit will start telling you that the first thing you have to do is get the trade lines and then get the store cards. And then you get to the holy grail of the cash and credit. But then someone like myself will say, no, you don't need to do all that. Let's just go for the cash and credit. And then one may say, well,
somebody said,
oh,
"Hey,
yeah,
Miss
yeah, I see it.
Lorelia,
Yeah,
great topic."
yeah. Thank you, Martin. And then someone like myself will say, you know what? Screw all that vendor credit stuff. Screw all that, store card stuff. Let's go for the cash and credit. So a person will ask, well, how is that possible, Lorelia? Everybody online is saying this, and you're saying something totally different. How can me, as a real estate investor or business owner, tap into those cash and credit lines? If I haven't did those things that you said, if I haven't built the trade lines, if I haven't got the store cards, how do I do it? And that's why this video is about unsecured business credit. Now, in the last video, I talked about stated income. So, how it works, because a lot of your gurus won't tell you this. So, if you're wondering how is it that a person can go right and get the cash and credit lines, it's called stated income. So that means you as a business owner or a person seeking funding is saying, "Hey, Mr. Lender, Mr. or Miss Lender, you know, I am looking for access to funding." And so the lender will ask you, okay, what is your income? And so the income you state on the application will determine how much funding you get. But one may say, well, no, Lorelia, that sounds too easy because anyone can put anything on an application and say they make X amount of dollars. And you're right, anyone can do that. But once again, we live in an age of AI. We live in an age where there are checks and balances. So no, it's not that easy. The way it's done is that the main mitigating factor is really, are you a good financial steward of your money? Because the determining factor is going to be your income. And although you are stating on the application, this is what my income is, during the underwriting process, the lender will verify. They will make sure, okay, your income is what you're saying it is. But of course, you're stating one thing when you begin the process. But along with you stating the income, because like I said, no, it's too easy. Anyone can say anything. So there are going to be checks and balances. But the other thing is, how is your personal credit? Have you been a good financial steward of your own personal credit? Because that is how stated income is. It's about how much money are you bringing in, whether you're leveraging a job that you have and you want to launch into real estate or a business, or you currently have a business and now you're saying, okay, I want to now partner it with some funding. And that is when you're going to have to show what is your personal credit. That is why I say the easiest way, if you want to get to the cash and credit, if you want to, skip all that mumble jumble that everybody is telling you on the internet, then go ahead and leverage your personal credit. Because when a person says, I don't really want to use my personal credit. And I get it, utilization, debt to income ratio. I get all that. But it also has to do with character. What are you really trying to do? Are you that person that's trying to get all this credit, business credit, as I say, and you have no intentions on paying it, which is why you don't want anything related to your business, related to your personal credit. Now, I'm not one to judge, but once again, if you have the opportunity to leverage your personal credit, why not do it? It will get you to your goal faster. Because I'm going to tell you right now, 90% of the people who are out there seeking this business credit, business funding, they don't want to do that trade line stuff. They're just doing it because they've been told that's the way. And really, it appeals to the person who has a business that's bringing in no money or is in real estate and not doing no deals or not making any money in real estate. And so they want to create, because a lot of people think that just because you go to, you register business with the Secretary of State, you are now a business. So I get these people who say, hey, I got my LLC, I got my bank account, how much funding can I get? And although that could be a good start, but there are steps to it. And so many of those Instagram beams that you see online where they say LLC check, bank account checked, something else checked, and then business credit. Understand that business credit they're getting you is vendor trade lines. And so they sell you on this is what you need to do, and it will eventually get you there. Because, like I said, a lot of these people don't have relationships with lenders where they can truly be honest with you and share the process. Because why am I going to tell people to build all these trade lines when ultimately I know that the person is trying to get to the money? That is what they're trying to do. Let's call a spade a spade. So when people, so that is why I did this video. What is unsecured business credit? That is a portion of it. So when you're wondering, well, how is it? How are these people getting this money if they're not, if they're not doing what I've been sold on? This is how it works. It's a stated income program. It's the same way you fill out a credit card application and you state what your income is. But we all know that in order for you to actually get that card, your credit profile plays a large part. You see what I'm saying? And now with FICO Falcon, they're able to know what your income is based on other factors, based on what your W 2s are, what type of money you're bringing into a bank account. So understand, gone are the days where you think you can say one thing and it be something totally different. Unfortunately, a lot of people are selling people on in order to really be able to get the business credit that you want, is that you have to do all these tricks of the trade. And it's not necessary. You don't need to do the tricks of the trade. All you need to do is follow the process, because there's a process. And the process is not get the vendor trade lines, then get some, store cards, and then aha, you get to the holy grail. See, most of the time, the people who are telling you that, that is what they did, but they have no relationships. They don't understand how the funding process goes in the monetary system. They do not know that. So that is why I wanted to do this video on that, since it is Small Business Saturday. What are you doing as a business owner to secure your funding? If you've been trying to do this since 2020 and we are going into 2021, what is your plan of action? What are you going to do different? Now, if you're that person who say, you know what, Lorelia, I've tried that vendor credit thing. I'm still not getting to my goal. How can I really get to what I'm trying to work towards? The cash and credit. And so that is what I have for you. I'm going to be doing a free webinar. That was free, FREE. My giveaway to you with it being Small Business Saturday, because I have a lot of people who reach out to me. I got to ask you a question, Aurelia. You know, can we talk for a second? Can I ask you a question? And so this is my opportunity where I am going to do this webinar. My goal is to do it this week. And so I always, plan, to do something and it may not happen. But my plan is to do it this Thursday, cross my fingers. So with that being said, if you want to go into the new year, let's create a plan now. So this free webinar is going to dispel and answer a lot of questions that you have. Now, understand this. No, we're not going to be talking about net 30 accounts, net 60 accounts, net 90 accounts, no net accounts. We're not talking about vendor trade lines. We're not talking about Dun and Bradstreet. We're talking about how to truly get to the money, especially if you're a real estate investor, so you can have additional funds to be coupled with your real estate business. So primarily, this webinar is for my real estate investors. If you're a small business owner, you're welcome to jump on, but I'm going to really give this webinar for those who are real estate investors to show you the power of coupling business credit as part of your arsenal with other funding sources that you may have as you begin to build your real estate portfolio. So once again, if you want access to this free webinar, once again, you have to be on my email communication list. So go to www.helpmegetbizcredit.com. It'll be under this video, or it may already be there depending on what platform you're on. I'm using this new service, so I think I have Facebook and YouTube going. So the link will be there. That will put you on my email communication list, and you will get first dibs with when I'm going to do this free webinar. Because especially for those who say, I have a few questions. Now, who the webinar is not for, because although it's free, I want to be very clear on who it's not for. It's definitely not for that person who is trying to see how that whole vendor trade line thing works. And, can I help them explain why, that way will not get them to their goal? That's not what this is for. This is for individuals who truly want to know how to get to the cash and credit, want to know how to be able to do it so they can, eliminate a lot of the confusion that's on the internet, because there is a lot of information that's there to confuse you. Now, understand, as you are on this journey for building business credit, business funding, there are some things that are going to be needed. There are things that have to be in place. I'm going to be honest with you on that. So it's not going to be a case of, I got a 550 credit score, I don't have no business, I just registered my business, and how can I get a $50,000 line of credit? It's not for that person. It's for a person who want to know, how does this process work? And am I in position now going into 2021 to be able to get the funding that I want? So it's not about how can, I make a miracle out of my situation. That's not it. If you are already a certain place, understand, accept where you are, and then work towards getting to where you want to go financially. So, and we ain't talking, it's not going to be no tricks, not going to be doing no scamming. It's going to literally be a process that I'm going to be able to show you in this webinar, for you to be able to get the funding, the business credit that you want for your real estate business for 2021. So once again, this is Lorelia. Don't forget to go to www.get uh, helpmegetbizcredit.com, www.helpmegetbizcredit.com. So once again, hope you took note. That's how it works. That's how stated income works. That's how you get funding. So if those things are not being discussed with you, if you are on the road to getting business funding and business credit, you're being fooled. You don't have to do all those theatrics they're telling you online. So once again, this is Lorelia, and I'm signing off. Bye-bye.